Hello and welcome back to the channel, everybody. Yes, so in this week's video we're going to be looking at installing some external fans for the fridge. With these temperatures going on and as high as they are, obviously that's been struggling over the last couple of visits that we've had, and going forwards we're off to Holland soon, and I know the temperatures are going to remain sort of quite high, sort of high 20s, knocking on 30s and so forth. So I know this isn't going to be the answer to everything on that front, but it's certainly going to help with the circulation and trying to keep that fridge cool. So in this video, I'm just actually going to go through exactly what I'm going to use and how I'm going to tackle it. So I've looked online. I know there's a number of different options you can buy off the shelf, and I'm not overly impressed with some of those kits. Yes, you get the components, but actually how you fit them can be a bit limited. And yeah, they don't actually they're not like a plug and play system. You've actually got to sort of screw it into place. And for me, I want a system that I can just sort of put in and take out really easy. I don't want to have to screw it into anything, so anything that existing that I can use to make it simple, obviously that's the route I want to take. And also I only want to be able to use it during the summer months. I don't want it in there all year round, so I want it to really be plug and play. And some of the systems that I've found don't actually give me that option, or they require potentially drilling into the existing Caravan, putting another unit to control it. Now again, that's not something I want, so I'm going to show you exactly what I've opted for that I think is going to suit us, and it might be beneficial to you, but again it's more of a sort of an easier setup going forwards. So one of the other things I've been considering was obviously the thermostat switch. So when it gets to a certain temperature it kicks in. I don't want that either. I don't want it to get to a temperature and then kick in. I want it just to try and remain as cool as possible throughout that stay. So for me, I've just opted to have a controller unit in place that actually once I get onto site, plug these in and switch go, then I just want them to operate 24/7 and just keep that fridge as cool as possible. I don't want them kicking in, kicking off, kicking in, kicking off. Again, like I said, I don't want that temperature to rise to a temperature where they need to kick in. I just want them to remain as cool as possible throughout that stay. And then at the end of the stay, get them removed, put them away, and just keep them as if they're like brand new each time. So this is the kit that I've come up with. I've got two double fans. One's going to be blowing air in and one is set up to blow air or suck air out. I've got a controller unit here that will plug into the 12 volt and then give me two USBs. I've also got two controllers here so I can limit the speed, so low, medium, high. Again, you don't have to use those. You can just have these directly into this unit and it will just go at the max speed it can. And then I've just got some extra wire to extend to find my 12 volt connection. And then just to finish off, I've got some cable management clips, and then I've got some USB sockets. So when I'm not using this kit and I take it out, for the part that's going to stay in the van, I can put this in just to keep dust and grit out. And then I've got caps for the fans just to keep it all sort of looking fresh and make sure I've got no issues when I go to reuse it. So something that's different as well, I'm opting to mount these on the outside, not the inside, just because I've got some clips that will make that process a lot easier. Plus I haven't got the room for a double fan at the top. It's going to be touching some of the components of the fridge inside. So what I don't want to do is sort of, cause any additional issues on that. Plus I think it's going to make it a lot easier when I come to set this up each time. It'll just be a case of taking the vents out, moving the USB in, plugging it in, and away you go. So it should literally be a 30-second setup each time when I go to actually use this. The other thing I was thinking was actually, because it's going to be in an awning with the doors open, I've obviously going to have some shade on that, but also I want to be able to use the vents as they go up at an angle. I want to be able to just suck that air in and then move it up. A lot of the fans that you have are actually placed on the back, so when they're pushing air out it's just going that way, so some air will be going that way, some air will be going that way. So yeah, I want to use that the grill as to my sort of advantage as well. So being on the outside, it's going to suck that, hopefully that cold air in. It's going to then hit the grill, go up, and then head on up, and then the top one will then suck it out. So I'm hoping then that consistent flow will just keep that fridge best it can to a minimum. So on this top one, I would have had this in the way, so I may have got one here. I certainly wouldn't have got two, so that's another reason why I'm going to mount this on the outside. Now, depending on what you've got, camper van or caravan, I know they're all different and different sizes, and you might have loads of space here, so that's just where you need to consider where you want to actually mount these. But like I said, I'm going for the outside, not the inside, purely for the setup I've got, but also the preference of how I want this set up. And then the bottom one isn't much better. I'd have this pipe in the way, so I might be able to get two there, but I don't really want to put them here. I want them on the outside. And then the other thing to think about in terms of speed wise, and it depends if you're actually on gas or electric. Obviously if you're on gas, you just got to be careful with the burner, you don't blow that out, but you should be okay, but it's something to test out. So ideally I'm going to have two here, and like I say, I'm going to use the vents because the way they're angled. I'm going to use the vents because of the way they're angled. Obviously if they go that way, they're going to slot in, and obviously they're going to naturally hit that and go up. So again, it's going to be a benefit in terms of pushing that air through, up and back out the top. Well, that's the plan anyway. And then I just need to find a 12 volt source to be able to power this. Now the 12 volt should be pretty straightforward. Obviously for me, it's saying there 12 volt 240 or 230. When you are looking for a 12 volt, just make sure you haven't got this plugged into the mains, your actual caravan, because you do not want to get a horrible shock for that. Some of you might not have an accessible actual unit here, so you look for some kind of power source coming into your fridge. Now the 12 volts are normally on two thin wires rather than the sort of thicker wires that you would conventionally see on a 230, 240 system. And then once you think you've identified them, then just use a multimeter, and obviously then you'll be able to find out exactly what's what. Let's see what we've got. Something like along these lines. Obviously you've got these thicker ones are going to be probably at 240, something with a bit more voltage, and then the other ones are going to be your 12 volt. Right, there you go, but other way around. So that's my 12 volts that I need. So let's see. So that's that. So yeah, I'm going to solder something onto here to get that connection that I need to power that USB adapter. So here's the Illume, and what I've done is gone and extended the cable slightly to give me a bit more play. I've taken out the pins, and that was just a case of from this side pushing in one of the sort of quick release pins on the inside, and then that whole bit comes out for each one. And then I've just soldered on those cables directly into those connections, so they've got a good solid part, and then I've just cable tied it back in. So obviously that gives me my 12 volt and my two connections, what I'm after. However, if you're not too confident with obviously soldering with that, you can use this kind of connection which you can get from Halfords, and what that does is you've got one end as a bit of a stopper. So that would have been for this cable here, the new cable that you're adding in, that would go in there, and then once you've found your 12 volt, it would clip through it, so it doesn't need to be cut. You would sort of just place it over, and then once you've got them both in place, you pinch that metal bit down, and that makes the contact, and then that bit just goes over and keeps it in place, and then you just go down that route. And then that way you haven't got solder, you're just pinching onto the connections once you've found your positive and negative for the 12 volt. And then the other way is you don't use this kind of setup, you would just use a USB plug with two connections, and you would just plug these fans straight in, and then like I say, you've got another way. So there's three different ways there. all perfectly fine. It just depends on how you want to go about it and how quickly you want it set up. Right. Plug that in, like that. You just need to make sure you've got the right one facing the right direction, because one will push and one will pull. Perfect. So here's the fans up and running. Obviously it's got a little bit of wind to it here, but yeah, not too much noise. And like I said, the one on the bottom, we use this channel to go up and shoot the air more upwards rather than straight at the back. I don't want it just going that way, I want it that way. And hopefully that will help achieve that. But yeah, you will need to take out your vents if you've got them, just to maximise the airflow. But no, I'm really pleased with that. Yeah, it's looking really smart. This one needs to go up. It's that simple. Move it left, move it right. Rightio, so yeah, tick in the box. I've achieved what I wanted to do. I've got the dual fan set up now, really easy to install. So now it's just a case of taking off the vents themselves, taking away the meshing, because obviously we want maximum airflow through there. And then obviously, yeah, feeding the cables through as they drop down, plug them in and away you go. So literally, I'd say 30 seconds, you'll be up and running. When I tested out for noise, I couldn't hear them actually spinning inside the Caravan. But again, it may be different for you in terms of where you have those located, but they are very quiet. So I don't think you can have an issue with that if you decide to go down this route in terms of having a look at this setup. Now, like I said, you can use the controls as well if you wanted to. For the testing I've just done, I've just put them straight in and let them go at maximum. But again, if you did find that they were a little bit noisy, which I don't think you're gonna, you could turn them down a little bit. No, I think it's worked well in terms of pushing that through and sucking that out. Obviously, yeah, you just need to make sure that you've got the fans set up correctly, that one's pushing and one's pulling, because you don't want them to be fighting against each other. But yeah, no, really pleased in terms of how that setup went. And obviously you've got the covers, so my idea is obviously I'm not going to leave them on, obviously, because they're going to be on the outside. So I've got the caps for the inside of the USB socket, so if there's any dirt or dust flying around, they don't get blocked up. And the same with the fans themselves, I can put the covers on the USB so they stay protected. And all I'm going to do though with those is stick them in the drawer and test them out next time we go. And obviously for us that's going to be Holland, so obviously it's going to be, hopefully, fingers crossed, warm. Hopefully not in the 30s though, that's a little bit too warm, as we've been experiencing lately. Yeah, hopefully that does the job to help ease some of the heat within the fridge, get that optimal sort of working. But like I say, it's not the only thing that's going to fix it. I totally appreciate that. Yeah, once it gets really hot into the 30s, they're going to start to struggle anyway, but hopefully this will just ease it slightly. But again, we'll see how we get on. If you're interested in this setup that I've just sort of shown you, again, I'll leave a link in the description below where you can actually have a look at this this setup and product. It might be something that you want to consider. But that's it for this week's video. Hopefully you found it interesting. Any questions, as always, drop it below. And yeah, if you found it helpful, please give it a like, a share and a hype. So obviously, yeah, we reach more people. Because that's the whole idea of this channel, is just keep sharing content with you, and hopefully you've learned something from this. But that's it for this week's video, and I will see you all on the next one. Cheers all.